Good afternoon, Flosstube. Today is Sunday the 30th of March 2025 and this is Flosstube number 37. I'm Lindsay, Cheshire Stitcher, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Welcome to my channel. Mostly it's about cross stitch, but I do share other crafts post videos and I have got some of that for you today. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. It's lovely to see you again, and a very warm welcome if you are one of the 8 new subscribers I've had since my last video. It's great to have you here. If you are new or you've stumbled across me for the first time, I would very much appreciate it if you could like this video and any others of mine that you may watch, and maybe even hit that little subscribe button. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm that I have no clue how it works, and I say that every time. There we go. Right, admin bit done. Today I have got for you, I'm looking down at my notes as ever, I have got a new start, I've got some PhDs, I've got other crafty bits, and I've got a little bit of stash enhancement. So first of all, my new start, and I did tell you about this in my last video. My new start with Jeanette, we decided that neither of us was enjoying tulips, so we decided to start something else, and because it was my turn to choose, I picked Corey E. Corey's Sunflowers Farm. Now, sorry, itchy eye makes a change from an itchy nose. When I come to do it, I am more than likely going to just miss the S off and move things around a little, because to me, Sunflowers Farm doesn't sound right. Anyway, so that's the chart. I did tell you in my last video I was going to start it later that day, and I did. And I've realised I've done it yet again and not picked my board up. Bear with. Every time. I check my list, make sure I've got everything, and forget it. Every time. So, here it is so far. So it's had 3 sessions, I think. Yeah, Sunday afternoon and then last weekend. Didn't work on it yesterday because I was at the Yorkshire, I can never remember, Yorkshire Stitching Retreats, Stitch Laugh Learn Day. So I didn't take this with me, but here we are so far. I'm using the called for DMCs, and the fabric is 30 count platinum Murano. I'm in a slightly different position today, so never mind. Means I get to hide my ugly mug. That took me all of last Sunday to do, and I realised I made a mistake. This, where I've got black and white, should have this dark brown, or this dark brown, I can't remember, one of these dark browns instead of the black, and I did black and white, but that's fine. I've decided it's a tribute to my hometown, because we have a lot of black and white buildings, not only in my hometown but in the county in general. In Cheshire there are a lot of black and white buildings, so yeah, I'm paying tribute to my my area. It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. And also, I told you that this was start number 7 of my 25 in 25. It's not, it's number 6. So I do apologise about that. It suddenly struck me when I was working on it last weekend that I'd said number 7, and it's not, it's number 6. So as soon as I've finished recording, this will be going back on its stand. I've got one of those stand, you know, that you put a paddle under your leg, and I'm using that for this. So that will be going straight back onto there as soon as I finish recording, and we will get a few hours in on it today. So that was my new start. So let's move on to PHDs. Move my list around. So, as ever, in no particular order, because it depends how I've grabbed them. And I have to say, I do apologise. I do not have a before picture of this one or the commission piece. I completely forgot to take one. So, first one is my Current Love quilt square, which is a monster truck. I've moved the frame up, as you can see, but if I just show you the back, you can see that I have completed the top of the car. So this will get worked on again tomorrow whilst I'm with my grandsons, and I'm hoping I can finish this and then I can move down and make a start on the wheels. They are going to take a lot. They're all dark blue. It's 939 rather than black. So that's the plan for tomorrow. But it will get worked on tomorrow evening as well. So it's due 26th of April, so it's probably going to get a little bit of extra time this next week. So that is my Current Love quilt square, and I will, as ever, put a link down to that below for you. Next next up is one of my February whip go calls. I was in the mood to do one, and I just went to the drawer and decided that whichever one came out first was the one that was going to get the attention. So I do apologise. I leave everything is in the bag that the magazine came in. So it is that. Happiness is a rainbow of new thread skeins. And this is issue no, 255, issue 255 of World of Cross Stitching. That's the front cover. I started well, not on a retreat, but I was on a retreat, and it was a week-long retreat, and somebody had been out to do a food shop, came back with this. Lots of us fell in love with it and decided that we all were going to stitch on it. So the next food shop run, lots of issues were bought. I have no clue now who else was doing it, or if they've even worked on it. So anyway, as I've said before, my goals for Whip Go are 500 stitches. So that is how it was when I picked it up. No, it's not. That's my finished picture. Hang on, wrong picture. Oh, where's it gone? There we go. That's how it looked when I picked it up. I take part in semi-sane stitchers, and they have a background certificates thing that runs all year, and you post your start pictures, whether it's a new start or anything like that, and then you post your stitches when you're done, which is why I accidentally showed you the after picture. But let's show you the actual stitching. There we go. So what did I do? I did white border. I did the little blue heart at the top. I did the light blue around here. I think that was new. I've only just looked at the picture, and I should have paid more attention. The white of the thread skeins there, that's done. I've started on the back stitch here. My goal, as I said, was to do 500 stitches. I did 498. I'm like, I figured that's close enough. That will do, because it would have meant starting a new thread and working out what I was going to do, and by that point I'd kind of had enough of it. I'm using the called for DMC, and the fabric is a Sparkly's Opal. I don't know, can you see the sparkle? I think that's showing up a little bit, isn't it? But I couldn't tell you what it was. I didn't make a note of it. I can look back through my books and see if it's there, but it may have been an oopsie piece, but it's definitely a Sparkly's fabric. So that's one of my February goals done. The other one is my sunflower. As I say, I literally just decided that whichever one I came to first when I was rooting through the drawers would be the one I worked on. So next, one of my 25 and 25. Can't remember which one. I think it might be number 2. No, not number 2, number 3. Might be number 3. I should have checked. I'll make sure I know for next time. It's this one, Silver and Gold. It's a limited edition kit from Bent Creek. I have no idea how old it is. There is nothing on the chart that says what it is. There's nothing on the back that says when it was done. So I have absolutely no clue other than it's a Bent Creek. This has had a couple of evenings of love. And last time you saw it, I'll get the right picture this time, it looked like that. You might remember I was working on it whilst waiting for my partner's brother and his fiance to arrive, and I had literally just attached the thread to start the roof and they arrived, so it got put down because it was quite late at night and we were off to bed. Sort of, hello, quick brew. He got himself plugged in because they come in the camper, and we went to bed, so it didn't get any more on it. I do apologise if you can hear the noises. I've got the March cotton and twine box sitting on the floor, and the cats are up back and 2 over it, and that was Lizzie that just wobbled the table. So as I say, this has had a couple of evenings on it, and now it looks like this. Get my fingers to behave themselves. There we go. So as you can see, I did the roof of the house, then I did a bit more of the background, then I did the little sort of the trim over the porch, and then I think I did a little bit more of the background, and then I've started on the last of the trees. I'm breaking that background up because, as I said, if you look, there's a lot of it, so I'm breaking it up just a little bit just by alternating what colour I'm using. So there's Silver and Gold as it stands now. I'm quite happy with the progress I put in on it. I think I did, I don't know, about 350 stitches over the 2 evenings. There we go. That's that one. Next project, I took this with me yesterday to the Yorkshire Stitch Laugh Learn Day. I was hoping to get it finished, but I took the class, so I didn't quite make it. So it will be done for next time. It's the January cotton and twine box. Did it again. Should have showed you that first. January cotton and twine box. That's what it's going to look like when it's finished. This is what it looked like last time you saw it. I was doing okay with it, and then, as I say, yesterday I took it with me. There's a reason I didn't get it as much stitched on it as I would have liked. and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Well, when I get to it. It's one of the other crafts that I did. And here it is now. So I have just, I finished off this at some point before yesterday. Yesterday I mostly did this green band, did these leaves. But as you can see, there's very little left. I've got this flower to finish, this flower, and a few of the little sort of, can we see one? A few of these sort of little sprinkled abouts. It's probably only going to take one more evening to get it done. It would have been nice to do it last night, but I was too tired. It's not, Yorkshire sounds really far away, but it's just over an hour for me. But I do pick a couple of others up on the way. So it's an hour and a half each way. It's not hard, it's just a bit tiring, especially as when coming home it was raining. I was just finding my next picture. So next project that had some love was this. I'm doing this for a customer of Doodlecraft. I keep putting off working on it, and I know I shouldn't. I need to get it finished because I want the frame for Ada Butt, ABC of the Delibroiderous, which I haven't worked on this time, but it's the ideal size for this. So I need to get this finished so that I can have the frame to put it on. I need to get my arse into gear and get it worked on. So anyway, it's the United Kingdom flag. And last time you saw it, it looked like this. If you remember, I'd said that bit of green there was wrong, and I'd already unpicked it once and it was wrong again, so I had to unpick it again. So I've done that, and it now looks like this. There we go. So that's all now unpicked. I just need to root out my little sticky roller to get rid of the bits of fluff. So I've done this green stem here, and I've done the white. I don't know if you can really tell. Pardon the cat hair. So this white is now as wide as it needs to be on here, because my thought was if I could do it without too much hassle, I could sort of do a bit of this and then do a bit of the straight, and it didn't work. So I think what I'm going to have to do is this week I'm going to finish that thistle off, move the border around, and then I can move the frame over and I can get some more work done on the flag. It'll show great progress once I actually get to this where it's just several straight lines, which will be quite quick to do for me. It's the piercing of the Ada that takes the time and hurts, so that's why I tend to put it off. So another project that got some love one day, just because I'd done my stitches on the commission and was wondering what I was going to do, and this one popped into my head. So it is this one. This is the Sew ID Advent project from last year. I didn't sign up for it until quite late and got it on December the 22nd. So I will be doing it earlier this year. And as I've said in the past, my plan is to do Flossmas with it. So there we go, that's this one. This design is by Thistles. You've got a part each day in email, which I did. I got, once I'd paid for it, she sent me the email with up to the part they were up to, and then I got the daily emails. So there we go, that's that one. Thoroughly enjoy working on it. last time you saw it, it looked like that. This only had one evening on it. So there we go. And my one evening, he now looks like that. So I gave him his head and the start of his scarf. I gave my partner the option of the colour for the scarf to do first. I think it was blue or red, and he picked blue. So I made a start on his scarf. I do enjoy working on this. I do enjoy working on everything. Well, mostly. It's not a case of enjoy. I love working on this one. So you will be seeing him a bit more frequently through the year. The fabric is 36 count hazelwood from Picture This Plus. Doing it 1/2 with a variety of weeks, crescent colours. I think it's just weeks and crescent colours. Classic colour works, sorry. They were crescent colours when I started using them. Yeah, classic colour works and weeks dye works. Twist, see that quite often. Let's give it a twist. There we go. Those are the colours. My ring bling was part of a set that Jeanette gave me for Advent in 2023, and the little angel was a gift in the box. When you opened your box, it was right at the top. So, and I did translate what it said, but I can't remember now. It slipped since then. So that is the Advent. It was literally just a case of what do I fancy working on. I didn't feel like pulling out another whip go project. And I've just realised today in the UK is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day. I hope you're having a lovely day. I find it very hard. Having lost my mum, so I tend to avoid everything today. And in the run up, if it's got Mother's Day, I walk quick past it. And last but not least, and the other project I forgot to take a before picture of, is my commission piece. There we go. I have been working on this bit here, and I've made a start on here, which is like her neck under a string of pearls. So I'm still hoping, I'm still aiming for Easter, end of April. I did a quick count up again this morning, and I can't remember what I said last time, but I think I may have miscounted last time. I have 31 blocks of 10 by 10, so that's 3,000. And then there are 40 partial blocks. Some of those blocks, like down here, was only 9 to start with, because I'd already done this bit. So those blocks are already smaller, and there are several blocks, especially sort of if you look, you can see all the little gaps here. Those are blocks that once I thread a needle up and get those bits done, that's going to be half a dozen blocks done that are partial blocks. So like I said, partial block may have 1 or 2 stitches in it. It may need 1 or 2 stitches in it to finish it. So whereas I know I say 40, again, it's only a rough count, partial blocks, and it sounds a lot. It isn't really when I say, as I say, you see all those little gaps in there. That's going to take one length, and it's all the same colour. I just haven't done it yet. So this morning I have done this bit here and started the sun confetti round here. So Tuesday, because I don't do it on a Monday, obviously, because I've got the boys, unless it happens to be my Monday off or they are away or it's a bank holiday. But even if it's a bank holiday, Jeanette and I tend to do our stitch along on a bank holiday as well. Although next one is Easter, and I'll probably stick with working with this if she's, fingers crossed, close to being finished. So there we go. I am really looking forward to getting her done. Really, really looking forward to getting her done. April will be month 21 of working on her. So it's high time she was done. There are nearly 65,000 stitches in her. So she needs to be finished. And I'm already thinking about what I can do, what I can work on. I fully intend to have a couple of weeks of just whatever I want, when I want. And if I want to stitch on the same project all day, fantastic. Before I start, I have got a project for Doodlecraft that needs to be completed at some point, but she's well aware that this is taking priority over her. She knows about that. But I'm going to take a couple of weeks off and do my stuff. So with any luck, you will get to see lots more of my stuff, and maybe some finishes like silver and gold. It's not going to take that long to finish it. Once she's done, if I haven't finished that already, then it'll take me a few evenings, a few days rather than evenings, and it'll be done. So we'll see how we get on. But I am really looking forward to being done with that. Right, so that is the end of the PhDs. And I've just thought, again, if you are new here, I do not refer to my projects as WIPs, works in progress. I refer to them as PhDs, which is a potential happy dance, because we all do a happy dance when we finish something. And I just prefer PhD to a WIP. I used to have a friend that called them wisps. Well, didn't used to have a friend, she is still a friend, but she quilts more than she stitches these days. Hers works in slow progress. So I'll do the beading and the other crafty bit before I do the little bit of stash that I've got. So yesterday, as I said, was the Stitch, Laugh, Learn day for the Yorkshire Stitching Retreats, and I decided that I was going to do the class because it just intrigued me. A friend of mine has got one of these, far better made than mine, that she bought at a retreat. So we this is what I made yesterday. And I know you're sitting there thinking, what on earth? It's a little pouch, pardon the Velcro, for you to put whatever you like in it, whether it's your threads or your scissors or some hand cream, whatever you want to take out and about in the world with you. So that is the class that I took yesterday. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's far from perfect, and I'm good with that. It's the first one. It's allowed to have mistakes in it. It doesn't, these seams here aren't very good, but I love it. I am very proud of this, and I will be making more in the future. The friend that I pick up to take to these days, when I got back to the table, she was like, "She got any more of that fabric? Can you make me one?" She's actually ordered some fabric off eBay that when I see her next, she will give to me for me to make one for her. So there will be more of them in my future. As I say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. There is lots of things that I know that I didn't do quite right, like I say, as the seams. These, you shouldn't be able to see these seams. They should fold in fully. My my Velcro is a bit wonky, but never mind. I loved it. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. So much so that I bought another kit from the lady that was teaching us. So there's certainly going to be at least 2 more in my future. I need to investigate where I need to get a few of the bits and pieces that I need. Obviously fabric I've got. I need to buy some sewing Velcro before I can do any more, and I need some of the interfacing because it's a different one to the one that I've got lots of. Thoroughly enjoyed it, really. Very pleased with it. And I know I'm going on about it, but oh, really did enjoy making this. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I think it took about 2 hours. But that's having to share an iron, and there's one person teaching 6 people, so, and everybody's at a different stage. And so you're having to wait for her to come to you to show you the next bit and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, really, really pleased with that. So, beading. Last time round, I showed you the box has just fallen on the floor. I showed you the lid that I'd completed. This is the candy gift box from Oak Tree Crafts, and I've now completed the entire thing. Very happy with it. This was a kit that I found in my mum's stash. There are a couple of things that I did something extra that I probably shouldn't have done, because I now have a gap here all the way around here, but that's fine. I don't care, really. Really good, very enjoyable. Some days it took a bit of cursing because I kept making mistakes doing this. I'd go, you did one bugle, went that way, I did a bugle, went that, and I kept going the wrong way, but I did it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Oak Tree Crafts are a really good company. Their instructions are fantastic. They literally tell you bead by bead what to do. So, but I will put a link to them down below. So that is my candy gift box. So then I started on my next project. I was looking around trying to work out what I wanted to do as ever, and then I remembered this one. This is what I'm doing now. This is the Stacking Trees by Julia Prattle. There you go. Stacking Tree by Julia S. Prattle. Again, I will put a link down to her. Now, a link down below to her website. I will say, if you are not a beader, you really need her book to start with for some of these patterns. It's got little bead boxes. I have it, so and I've made so many boxes over the years now that I don't actually need to refer to the book. Well, the book has a lot of useful information in it. So I have started. I started last Saturday. Yeah, last Saturday. And I have completed, sorry, that was the cat. I have completed the first one. No, the box is not going to, my board is not going to work. So that is the first one. So I had bought these 2 colours for the trunk. You need quite a large amount, so I bought them for the trunk, and I've had them 3-4 years. And Honestly, Rosie, really? Yeah. Stop being so noisy. If you're going to sit on it, just sit on it. You can imagine how big the box is for this. Yeah, Liz is trying to get in it. It's not very big at all. Anyway, I started this last Saturday. So my trunk is the called for colours because I'd bought an amount of them. And then I have decided that for each box section I am going to do, the darker one is going to be the same, which is DB04, which is my favourite purple. It's a very deep, rich purple, as you can, can you see? Can you tell? It's like got an iridescent glow to it. And the colour is going to be whatever I have enough of that I fancy using. So this one is 661. It was one that was in my mum's stash. When I got my mum's beads, what I did is if I already had that colour, if my mum's was more, mum's went into my main stash and the extra went into a box. So I'm looking through this box for colours. So that was one of mum's colours. So that is the top. And then I have made a start on box number 2. So you start with the bottom. So I'm using an orange. I think it's 1572. So you start with your bottom and then you work up. This is the only one that isn't going to be usable as a box. So, sorry my needle came out. I did have it on with a bead. Goodness knows where that's gone. Oh, I'm going to say hello. This is Lizzie. She was trying to catch the dangling thread off my beading, weren't you? Wee. Hello. Okay. So yeah, this is Lizzie. Troublemaker that was trying to get in. Sorry, pardon me. That box. As I said. Not very big. She was trying to get in it. She's a cat, it's a box. What do you expect? So yeah, I am currently working on this one. So I'm working my way up the sides of the box. I think I've got another 4 or 5 rows before I then switch back to this for the sides. It'll make more sense when I've finished this one and started the next one. It'll make a bit more sense as to how they work together. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. Again, as I said, I will put a link to her website down below. I have done quite a lot of her boxes over the years. I prefer to make a 3D item rather than a piece of jewellery. They are now playing with the box, or rather Rosie's sitting on the lid and Liz is playing around the box. I'm going to have to disturb Rosie in a minute to show you the box. So for those of you that are leaving because you don't want to see what stash enhancement I have, my next video should be the 13th of April, which is 2 weeks today. I've had a look at the diary, and although my partner's off, he's going down to his brother's that weekend, so I can record before he comes home on the Sunday. So we'll leave early Friday morning, so I've got 2 complete days of peace. The only reason I'm not going is it's Cheshirestitcher on the Saturday and I don't want to miss that. That's the only reason I'm not going. But also because he was supposed to be going fishing. Next Sunday he's going to a big fishing thing at Doncaster. A bit like Sewing for Pleasure, but fishing. And then he was supposed to be going away on the Monday he was supposed to be going down to Lincolnshire fishing, but the mate he was going with has had to cancel it, so plans have changed, so I don't get those few days of peace. So when he said he was going to his brother's and it coincided with Cheshire Stitchers, I'm like, it's all right, I'm busy, I've got plans that day, I'm not coming. Not that I dislike his brother, please don't think I don't like his brother, because I do. I'm losing those few days of complete and utter peace and quiet, of being able to get up when I want, not have to make sandwiches for work, not have him going, "Shall we watch this?" and moaning when I say I don't want to watch it, and you know, that kind of stuff, you know, just the normal bits and pieces. Right, so as I say, 13th of April for the next one. A bit long-winded, probably didn't need to know half of that, but never mind. My bit of stash enhancement, there isn't a lot. My February fabric from Fabrics by Crafty Kate came in. I have 36 count, I only have a 13 by 18, which is plenty big enough for most projects, and I can always order a bigger piece. My monthly Silks for You colours came in, and it looks like you pay it at the beginning of 1 month. So I paid for these beginning of February and I got them on the 21st of March. So it looks like that's going to be a recurring thing, because I got January's on the 21st of February. So this one, we have this, which is PR098. I've not got my glasses on. We have got PR206, PR213, I love that one. If I ever think of a project I could use a full hank of on that, I would. And then I got CM003. Now I don't know what the difference is, what between the PM and the CM, but just lately I'm very much drawn to tealy colours. So now I need to disturb the cat. Pardon me. Go on, Rosie. Come on. Come on. No? Alright, I'll take everything out. I don't know. Pardon me. I do apologise if you've got to see the top of my head. You've probably seen this lots of times already. The March box for Cotton and Twine, designed by Yasmin's Made with Love. I've been very much on the fence about whether or not I like this design. And the main reason that I decided that I was going to get it was because of the needle minder. Lots of people have raved about how wonderful they are, and I've never had one, so I thought, well, I'll keep the box and I'll find out for myself what the needle minders are like. So I get the linen. So there's my 32 count linen. One thing I will say, when I do come to stitch it, I won't be putting the Hello Spring on it. Even though I've seen it lots and lots of times, it hadn't really sort of clicked that it said Hello Spring. So I won't be doing that bit. And that'll be absolutely fine. So there's my threads. Lovely earthy springy colours. And then a standard tea bag. Some sweet treats, which I will be eating later. And then you get the finishing supplies with this. So you get the backing fabric for your pillow, which is this lovely yellow lemon gingham, and the trim to go around your pillow, which is very pretty. So there we go, that's it, we're done. 45 minutes, about right. So I will love you and leave you. I will see you on the 13th of April. Until then, enjoy the summer weather that we are now getting. It's about 17 degrees today, I think. It's quite breezy though, but we're supposed to hit sort of 2021 by the end of the week, which is great. Fantastic. Woohoo. So as I say, enjoy this weather that we're getting, especially if you're in the UK, and take care of yourselves, enjoy your stitching, and I'll see you on the 13th of April. Bye.